Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of your faithful trip. It started in the firmament, and then we all got tricked. Life was great when we were young, with all the things we believed. Then it all got hard, unbearable, and we know we're being deceived. Forgotten, ignored, secret, and hidden. Topics that talk about how water is knowledge. Now drink from the fountain. Let's pour some on you now. Hi, guys. Welcome to Plain Mundane Show. I am Alex. Today, we're going to talk about plastic surgery. And we're going to talk about scar revision and how you do it, how you get it done, how you can go to a plastic surgeon and get it. If you have a scar you don't like, you should go to a plastic surgeon and they can revise them. If they can't get rid of it completely, they can make it look a lot better than it does actually look. I noticed my camera is changing the light hue. Sometimes I'm overwashed. There you go. It just darkened. If you notice in some of my prior videos, I've had a white circular scar without pigment on my cheek that came from a cyst I had. It was kind of like a clogged pore. You know, if you have a clogged pore and you keep picking it and it festers up. Or I had one right on my cheek that would not go away, and the whiskers would come out of it, and I would pick them off, and it would make a scab. Terrible. I'm a picker. I'm being very honest and truthful with you, actually, what I'm telling you. So what happened was, I thought, my mother kept pointing it out, and she said, like, oh, that's so sad. She's looking at her baby, and you ruined your face. What you doing? Yeah. This is when I was in Chile 3 years ago when I was busking in Santiago. I hit a tree. I was actually singing around a table in front of a restaurant, and I already had this cyst thing. And then I turned and there was a tree next to a table at this fancy restaurant with candles and everything on the tables on the sidewalk in Santiago of Chile. And I turned, and this branch of this tree was sticking out, and a knot hit me and ripped it off. And then when I went home, this may sound gross, I'm being very honest and truthful with you. I was so sick of that thing. I'd had it for like a year and a half, like this scab that would not go away, or it became a cyst. And I said, maybe if I just yank it out, it will disappear, just like repairing your driveway with cement, But that was kind of stupid, You do stupid things. But so what I did was I went too deep, and it left a pit in my face. So I've noticed in the last 3 years how people treat me differently. Women treat me differently. People at work treat me differently. Co-workers treat me differently. If I've applied for any jobs, and I think they're focusing on that scar. So what I did was I decided to have it revised. There you go. The color just changed. Now you might be able to see it if I turn this way. See that line? I just had plastic surgery about 2.5 hours ago. And I just got home. My cheek is still numb. I can't feel it if I touch it. It's all numb from here to here. I can even feel it in my upper teeth. He shot lidocaine into my cheek. No anesthesia. Just shot lidocaine in my cheek and started digging away. And then he sewed it up with his technique. He probably gave me, let me show you. Let's see if the camera adjusts. It's kind of white, washed out now. Let me take my hat off. Will that help the light? I'm sorry you can't see that. Do you see that? That's from one of the best plastic surgeons here in Clear Lake, Seabrook, NASA area in Texas. And what he did was there's probably about 22, 28 stitches there. Really fine, really meticulous. And what he did was, he told me, he said, when you have a wrinkle, within 6 months, this scar should look like nothing. It looks horrible now. I just got out of the operating room like 2 hours ago. No anesthesia. I'm not on anything. I've had no anesthesia, only lidocaine in my face, just like a dentist puts a needle in your cheek when he's gonna remove your molar or give you a crown or do your root canal. That's all I had, was just lidocaine in my face and these little stitches. But the reason why it's that direction, let's see if I can do it. It's in a mirror. The reason why it's that direction is because when you go like this, he explained it to me. He said the muscles contract from your mouth to your ear. Your muscles contract this way, and the wrinkles always appear perpendicular. So when you go like this, your wrinkles are going to be, so you want to make a scar perpendicular to match your wrinkles. He said, like if you were doing a scar like around your eyes where your wrinkle lines are, and you squint, you make those wrinkles. He said that's because the muscles are contracting this way, so the wrinkle's going to appear perpendicular. And he said, like on your forehead, when you go like this and you raise your eyebrows, you can have wrinkles. I have little wrinkles here. See that little wrinkle right there? No, this one. That's about as big as this scar is going to look. He said in about 6 months, if you stay out of the sun, which is why I'm wearing my Alex hat, my musician hat, because I don't want any sun to touch this thing. I work in the house most of the day, and I work at night in a restaurant. So I've decided I could do it. And I went in and I had it quoted. I'll tell you how much this cost me. Let me try it again. To let you see. Oh, it just washed out. Do you see the color? It looks bad right now. You've got the anesthetic in there, and you just dug into my face literally like 2.5, 3 hours ago. No anesthesia. He said he was going to give me a Valium if I couldn't handle the pain, but he stuck needles in my face. I'm very high pain tolerant. I've broken bones and never gone to the doctor. In my foot, actually. When I was in Chile 3 years ago. But I'm excited because I think it's going to look much better than what I did before. And I won't be as so self-conscious about it. I already like it. When I came out of the doctor's office and I got in my truck and I looked in the mirror view, I was like, holy crap. There's blood all over it and this smeared on jelly and antibacterial cream. But now, he did a very fine, those are very, very small sutures. And that's what it looks like. If you have a scar removed on your face, see my color on my camera keeps changing back and forth. There it is. It gets overwashed. Light stay steady. Whoop, it just lightened up. Hold on, it'll darken. Watch this. You see that? So anyway, so I'm walking around with a scar on my face that looks, like 28 little fine stitches and this gross morbid thing on my face. But he said in about 6 months, it's not going to look any more than a wrinkle on your. See that wrinkle like right here on my forehead? It's not going to appear any more than that. If you wrinkled it, if I went like that, so which was much better than the hole I had in my face from pulling out my own cyst when I was in Chile. So I thought I would share that with you and show you what some plastic surgery looks like. And it's not that bad. Did I tell you it cost $750 cash? What he said. I just, I had that every time I see my mother. It hasn't bothered me at all. I've made videos. I've been on YouTube. You can look back. I've made all kinds of videos, and I haven't worried at all about my scar. It doesn't bother me. I wished it wasn't so round and deep and white. It lost pigment and the melanin, so it was just this white circle on my face. What he called it was an inclusionary cyst. And it came from like a clogged pore that just festered and kept going. I just couldn't get rid of it. I didn't know what to do about it. So I made this hole in my face by picking it to death when I was in Chile. So, well, there we go. There we go. It's darker. Do you see that? This is why I'm wearing my hat today. He said, keep the sun off of your scar. You don't want sunlight on your scars. I'm in my house with my social media most of the day, and I work at night in a restaurant now. So I'm not too worried about being overexposed. Look at that. Kind of nasty looking today, but I just got out of the operating room. But this is what it's going to look like when you first start. But he told me it's not going to look any worse, probably even less than the wrinkle on your forehead right there. If you went like this. And he taught me, like I said, when the muscle contracts that way, you do the scar revision perpendicular. And it is. So that's what it's like. So he also told me, he said he had a friend of his, plastic surgeon, he's got a friend of his, and he went to dinner. Right. Looking in a mirror, it's hard to. Do you see that? Can you see the actual stitches in the thread? Let me try to sit still so the light hits it right. It keeps washing me out. I don't have any lights on. This is just natural. Oh, damn it. It just went up. So, anyway, I'm excited. It's going to be gone. It's not going to appear anything more than like a wrinkle on my forehead or less. Within 6 months, he said. Which means probably earlier, like 3 or 4 months from now, you're not even going to see it. And I'll make a lot more videos because I won't be so self-conscious. So I thought I would share that with you. I just went to a surgeon, had my face cut up and needles stuck in my face this morning. No anesthesia. Nothing. No, it was just like you go to the dentist and he opens your cheek and sticks a syringe in there and goes, okay, he disappears and goes and sees another patient and says, we're going to wait 5 or 6 minutes and I'll come back and do your root canal. It was the same thing. He said, hey, I'll be out of here for 10 minutes. I'll come back and I'm start digging in your face. He didn't say digging in your face. But the thing was, I couldn't feel it, but I couldn't feel it, the pain. But I could feel the work being done. And it actually made my upper teeth numb, the lidocaine that he put in there. But he's a very good surgeon. And he's here he's in Webster. On Medical Center Boulevard, and I just decided to go ask for a quote from a plastic surgeon. I wouldn't think of, doing that. And it looks really ugly today, and I'm sharing with you something that's really personal. But I'm excited because now I won't have to worry about that. And every time I go see my mother, she's not going to point at it and go, oh, your poor face, you picked it. I saw you pick it and you made that scar and you should pinch it and get it sewn. And now it's done. So this is not my regular, I'm sorry, graphic warning. Morbid curiosity. Graphic disclosure. Skin wounds. Can you see it? And it doesn't hurt. It's numb right now. I literally just got out like 3 hours ago. So now when I'm talking, like if I've been talking and I'm saying, I've kind of tried to hide. I don't want to see this big white circle on my face, so I kind of always turn and show you my right cheek when I'm talking. But now I won't be so self-conscious. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I wanted to show you how economical I thought $750 from one of the best plastic surgeons in South Houston around NASA was amazing. And I had the cash, and I thought, I'll do it. Let's do it. Schedule it. Let's put me on the schedule. So I go back in a week. I go back 7 days from now, and I get these stitches removed. And then I'm wearing my hat because I have to keep the sun off of my face, and I have to keep, I don't know how good you can see that. I can't really see it. I have to keep sun off of it. If you put sunlight on scars, they get dark. So if you just got the surgery and you went out in the field and you started sun tanning, it would just turn into this dark red line. You don't want that. So you always want to shade your scar. Don't keep it around, and keep the sunlight off of it. But since I work in social media in my house on the computer most of the day, and I'm working in a restaurant in the evenings, I'm not that worried about sun. And I'm not singing outdoors during the day at noon like I was in Chile right now, but I want to go back. But hey, I just thought I would put this information out there for you so you know what it's like to get needles stuck in your face and cut up and have a scar revised, and how fun it is and how it makes you feel better. Because did I tell you, the doctor, he had a friend of his, and his wife he said she had this horrible scar on her eyebrow, and she'd probably lived with it for most of her life. And he told her at dinner, and he said, I have to fix your scar. I can do it easy, easy, easy. A lot of people deal with scars and irregularities on their face, and they think, no, I don't want to have anything touched because you're going to see. But no, they know what they're doing. If you go to FACS, board certified, trained, and very good surgeon, it's hard to look in a mirror and do this backwards and without looking directly at the camera. But I hope that helps you. I'm going to go back to my coronavirus videos. Thank you for watching to the end. This is Alex. Thank you for watching the Plain Mundane Show. Life is great.